So let's just briefly cover this because there are some aspects that are brought out in this article that you cannot bring out through sheer scientific measurement alone. So the title of the article, No, Your Gen AI Model Isn't Going to Replace Me, hopefully, by Mario here. I'm going to zoom in. Let me just think this will be a lot better. In the last 3 weeks, I fixed a couple of performance issues that potentially saved the company a few $100,000. I'm a contractor, so I don't get any bonuses. That pop-up is annoying. How do I find these issues? Call it je ne sais quoi, experience-driven intuition, nerd sixth sense. I just had this gut feeling that something was wrong with the system. In my 20 plus years of experience, I've seen plenty of applications, and I knew that this system throughput had a bottleneck somewhere. I created a test scenario, a way to measure the throughput over time accurately, started a visual VM instance, and combed dozens of threads, stack traces, memory, and CPU snapshots. I found the issues, wrote fixes, and reran everything. Boom, more than 10x throughput. My boss and colleagues are happy, and productivity has increased. A good job and the satisfaction of a fulfilled duty. Remember, technically, these were not bugs. All the unit and integration tests pass, BDD tests passed, linters passed, static code analysis passed, and several rounds of code reviews passed. The issues were 2 unsuspecting lines of code among thousands with no evident problems. Thanks to God, the issues were found during the development phase and no production system was impacted, unless, of course, you're one of the unfortunate souls who loses their life in military operations because software goes wrong and unfortunately takes her life. My colleagues can run their tests faster, so the development speed went up by a lot. Now, this is something that is critically underlooked. We dog food our own tools. So simply by nature of making yourself faster to produce code, you would want to have things that are more quality and performant. You don't want to be dog fooding crap and repeating that because you're the one who has to use it. You're the first person who has to use it before any consumer uses it after you. If you want to enable yourself and your team to be faster, then performance, less RAM usage, less hardware usage, less points in the chain that can go wrong, quicker paths from point A to whatever point you're getting to by removing paths entirely, ideally. These are all things that benefit you in the immediate term and have positive financial consequences, positive team consequences, and if you want to go for vibes and subjectivity and I feel good, they also have positive consequences there. Your Devin, Cursor, DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Claude cannot do what I do. Just trust me, bro. If you give me infinite context window and another 500 billion USD to burn on a few nuclear reactors and all the copyrighted material in the world again, we can do it, bro. Just trust me, bro. AGI, bro. ASI, bro. No, you can't. Gen AI isn't the path to Gen AI if it even happens. You cannot replace my experience, sensitivity, years of knowledge, long nights, experiments, initiative, and everything else that makes me the code monkey I am today. Your slop AI agents have already devoured and regurgitated all the technical books, the documentation, and every piece of open source code in the world, illegally, one may suspect, and still cannot replace a developer, not for lack of trying. And the proof is in the pudding. All these slop AI companies still hire a developer. Oh, and by the way, OpenAI will not hire anyone who uses AI as part of their hiring onboarding process. Bro, Gumroad is no longer hiring junior developers. Yes, apparently. Also, everyone is complaining about how bad the site is now. You're a senior developer. No one says we can replace you. Mark Zuckerberg only said that we're going to replace all the mid-level engineers by 2025. For a minute, I'll humor Zuckerberg's idea that he will be able to replace all mid-level engineers by 2025. Then who will progress to senior engineer? Who is going to review that the slop splurge generator didn't hallucinate again and foobar the entire codebase and infrastructure? We, the current generation of senior developers, are going to retire in the next 20 years, and we're going to the bank smiling with all the money we'll make fixing Gen AI slop bugs, and I really hope that your slop code vomiter doesn't cause a tragedy. That is what I think is happening. This is why I read the articles and the scientific studies before this article, and now I'm reading this one in this order, because I think this is exactly what's going to happen. Very soon, in my personal opinion, but I think it's only a matter of time, an AI system is going to produce something, a piece of software, that is going to cause such mayhem that people are going to awaken to the fact that it is not what it is claimed to be. And that will be the coming to Jesus moment. It will be the moment that these things hit the wall. And what's going to become fundamentally important again are people like myself and others like me, and fortunately there are enough of us out there, who are going to say, we've told you all along, we tried to get you to focus on the things that matter as a programmer, which is, for example, your ability to cognitively approach problems from a programmer perspective and to execute the code that's needed to be executed with the ability to judgment value that code without Gen AI, or at the very least, if you're going to use AI to generate code, value judgment that correctly. That's what's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. Who will replace us if you're not hiring developers anymore? And there's the key question. Can you make any amount of guarantee that AI will never fail, it will only get better, and it will never cause any serious issues ever that would require having senior developers in 10, 20 years down the road? Which goes back to the beginning of the stream, whereupon the military complex and the people who are responsible for taking care of your safety face the consequences of software issues 10, 20, 30 years down the road at the cost of human life sometimes. Who's going to be around? Bro, humans make mistakes too. Yes, but humans get tired. Your Gen AI can produce garbage code at a speed and efficiency that no human can compete. Also, humans can learn with some basic feedback. Your Gen AI knows all the open source code in the world and still produces manure. Humans need 2,400 calories per day and some caffeine. Your Gen AI needs nuclear reactors. Bro, Gen AI is like a bicycle. It makes you go fast, be more productive. What a horrible analogy. My bicycle is my computer. I'm in complete control. It goes as fast as I want, and I get fitter when I use it. Gen AI is like a rusty roller coaster. It may go fast, but it's going to kill us at some point. And no, it isn't making developers more productive. It's making them worse and dependent on slop generators. Just read /r ChatGPT coding and despair. And we've already gone through a couple of studies on using Gen AI as a programmer. We're going to go through one or two more to round this off. Just don't use it, bro. I don't use it, but Gen AI is affecting society as a whole as well. More sophisticated scams, more fake news, fake historical photos, worse litigation, more loneliness, people aren't reading, people are not writing, artists are losing their jobs. It's a disaster. And I'm going to extend the argument. It's a disaster, and all programmers have participated in that disaster by participating in the creation of these AI systems and perpetuating them and marketing them as something that they are not and never should have the intended usage that they do. Again, just another notch in the point that the software you produce, including AI, has a huge societal impact to you and the people around you and the people that you love. You may not care about your use of AI, but it definitely negatively impacts a lot of other people. And you cannot rein it in, especially if you don't know how, especially if you're stuck in a negative feedback cycle where the AI feeds itself by generating more sloppy code and more bad paradigms and more abstractions, and you feed that back into the AI, and all it does is it feeds into more issues in society as a whole. Take your copium tank, old man. Gen AI is the future and will replace you anyway. I concede you this one, you're right. You slot peddlers are pushing very hard your slot machines to the CEOs so they can replace us. So far, it's working pretty well. And I totally get it. We IT workers as a class are annoying. I worked as a team lead and have hired developers. Dealing with developers sucks. We're rude and weird. Some do not shower. We're eccentric. Maybe on the spectrum. We're always late. Always complain about meetings. We charge a lot of money and then leave the company on a whimper. I get it. Our heads were the first ones on the chopping board, but you're going to regret it. The quality of your product is going to suffer and your clients are going to leave. My advice for young developers: stop right now cold turkey. You don't need AI tools. Your brain is beautiful, a gift from God. Use it, train it. You don't even have to believe in God or anything like that. It's what I've been saying too. Many programmers today are simply neutered. It's not that they're not capable, it's that they're neutered. And I have, once again, gone over some of the science and academia to show that these things are not helping you. They're in fact taking away your ability to critically and cognitively exercise your brain to the fullest potential. These things are not as hard as they seem. Write your own code. It's simple, easy, and fun. Generations before you did it, Gen AI, or AGI if it happens, will not have what you have, the human experience. Gen AI can write bad code faster than you. So what? Over the years, we have developed high-level languages, libraries, patterns, and techniques because we don't want to write too much code. We have physical limitations, get tired, and sometimes forget things, so we develop the right abstractions. A machine that doesn't get tired of writing bad code will not build anything similar, given that AGI can have initiative and true creativity. So, the fundamental argument here, again, is that in particular as programmers, if you are taking on the moniker of being a programmer, then you accept a particular type of responsibility. That responsibility is that you have to be able to make value judgments on code and on design decisions on software. And you cannot do that if you hand over your cognitive ability, your critical thinking, your ability to come up with solutions to an AI system. And I'm going to extend the argument. An AI system is nothing but a sophisticated automation system to produce, test, deploy, whatever it is, because you can ask AI to do these things. Therefore, by extension, abstractions that automate away things like deployment procedures, linters, error highlighting, autocomplete, things like this, are also automation of skills that you should be practicing. It is not that the use of these things in whole is bad. It is the use of them as crutches or easy buttons or escape hatches or ways to negate your responsibility to do the things that you are trusting the automated system to do for you. Your job is not to trust these things. That's actually your job. Your job is to say, where is AI going to lead me wrong? Where are the linters going to lead me wrong? Where are the automated code reviews going to lead me wrong? Where are the deployments going to lead me wrong? Where is this design feature going to lead me wrong? Where is this user interface going to lead me wrong? That's your job. and then you find a solution through that and you execute on that. Maybe that means that you do use a linter at the end of the day in order to get to the answer. But you can't even begin to have that question or to make that value judgment if you don't use your own brain to start with.